Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In the build-up to the Minara Business Awards this evening, we're speaking to a few of the finalists. And with me today is Shahid Ibrahim from Escape to the Cape. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now, Alhamdulillah, you've been nominated and are a finalist in the medium business category. We'd love to know a little bit more about Escape to the Cape and give us a story. How did it start? And Alhamdulillah, your journey that brings you here today.
So I was actually in the private banking space with a bank from India around about in 2006. I started with them, and then in 2009 they wanted me to relocate to either Dubai or to India. So my wife tells me, in a few months' time, in June of 2010, there's going to be a soccer World Cup, and it's probably the first and only one it will ever come to Africa. Why don't you be part of it in some way or the other? I said, that's quite a good idea. So I resigned from my job, and I then did a tour guide course of our region, the Western Cape, and the Garden Route. And I said, okay, let me do it for 1 or 2 months of the World Cup, and then I'll look at something else. It became it was well received. I enjoyed what I was doing. I got involved with the Tourism Board of South Africa, and I won an award with them, actually here in Durban at the ICC for the tourism in Durban. And there was no turning back after that. I had to carry on and continue what I did. So we built up a fleet of vehicles. We got out on day tours around Cape Town, Garden Route. We've now actually expanded into Johannesburg as well. I think the key thing was that I enjoyed what I was doing compared to what I was doing before. And, I have to thank my wife and the family that came up with the ideas and supported me through the time of, 2010 till today. Coming from a corporate job, coming to your own business, it's completely different. We all have this wonderful idea of being your own boss, but to actually get it started and carry it forward and get the momentum going was the challenge. But alhamdulillah, with a lot of hard work, it has paid off to where we are today.
Alhamdulillah. A few lessons that you'd like to share with would-be entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs. Obviously, you've given us the glitz and the glamour, alhamdulillah, of how you got to where you are today. But I mean, sometimes the road gets lonely, the journey gets hard, there's some adversity. How do you push through those things? And a few lessons perhaps you can share.
So some general lessons across all the industries. Every industry is a bit different. I mean, I came into the tourism industry, which was dominated by the big conglomerates of the guys that are working around for many years in South Africa. The networking is one thing. We kind of discount, we get lazy to go to events. In my first 2-3 years, I was at every tourism event I could find. So it's putting in the hours, going to meet new people. You got to be proactive and not reactive. So coming from a tourism side, I couldn't wait for the tourists to get to Cape Town and then try and get business on the airport. I had to devise a strategy of how do I get the client in their country before they get to Cape Town. Because once they get to Cape Town, there's 100 people waiting for them to take them out on a tour. And so being proactive is definitely a trait that you're going to have. And then also you spoke about the lonely road. The perseverance is one thing. It's very easy to say, you know what, I've spent 2 years, but it's not working out. Let me just give up. And it's at that time when you need to have a mentor. You need to be, meeting people in your industry, speaking to family and friends, and that's a key moment. You either make it or break it. So your perseverance has got to be there until you get to a stage where the economics is just not working and you've exhausted all avenues, and then you need to make a major decision like that. But I've also went through that period. And obviously double actually, because it was at the early years and at COVID as well, where we had to make some serious decisions. And shukr, we've come out on the other side of COVID, actually stronger now than what we were pre-COVID. So that's a great plus. And I think also surrounding yourself with the right people is important, whether they're not in the same industry, but somebody who's been in business for 20, 30 years that can talk you through it and give you some advice. Everybody who's in business had some downside as well, so you could only learn. And from that perspective, I think if you apply certain general rules, you should be able to come out on the other side.
Alhamdulillah. Shaheed, Jazakallah, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you this evening at the Minara Business Awards, inshallah, and we wish you all the luck.
I appreciate it. It's the first time I'm exposed to this awards. So, yeah, fingers crossed, everything goes well.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
There we have Shaheed Ibrahim from Escape to the Cape, a finalist in the medium business category. We're looking forward to seeing him on the stage, inshallah, this evening. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.